okay.
not
My
do
mother
that
says,
after
okay,
being out there all day.
let's move to the
Well,
city
I
for
thought
a
a deer
while.
might come by.
Of course, my
If
dad
I
was much
sleep,
for the
a deer will
city
come
and
by.
all. But he did like Uncle Jim,
Well, if it did, you'd never know.
my mother's
This
brother,
hand is,
and he
doesn't hear very
and he
well.
ran a big factory.
You're right.
So my dad says,
I
okay,
should
I'll
have.
try
I intended to actually.
it. So he did,
Okay, I'll do that, Susie.
and
The only thing is it's not.
Uncle Leo went
I'll
with
just
us,
get that in the morning.
packed up, and off we went
Like,
from
they care if it's square.
Iowa to
Precious.
They care if it's
Wisconsin.
square.
I like my eggs squared.
Well, too bad.
Oh, if you went to Wisconsin, how did you like that coming from the country?
Yeah, it was sure different.
The gypsies got you?
No, we didn't go through the woods that way.
Tell us that story about the hog being strung up again,
No,
Ma.
I don't want it.
Nothing's not.
The
gonna-
ball horns.
I don't want to hear anymore.
What the hell kind of a name is that? The ball horns.
The ball horns, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So,
That
hey,
was
you
their
guys,
name, their
listen
last
up.
name.
Heads up. Egg bacon here. Just take it out. Put some.
How old are you
in the
now,
bowl and
Ma?
Microwave it.
Oh,
90.
Teflon, don't
90 years old. You
I
think?
better go to bed.
You think if Katie shot a buck, you could help her gut it? Ma?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
No strength.
Oh, shoot.
All right.
What are you thinking? I gotta go to bed long.
But no kid, no. My dad used to do the butchering himself.
He did.
Yeah.
Just got one more.
First of all, when he had the pig,
Yeah, 3.
and he would
Rest of my,
shoot
I
the
brought my
pig
stuff from
first.
Citrus, so when-
Not hang it in a tree like the ball horns?
No, we
When you're
never
here.
did it
Oh,
like
my
that.
Put yourself to bed?
What was your
He
dad's
shot
name?
it. He shot it first, and then he.
Wenceslas.
What was your dad's name?
Joseph.
Joseph Wenceslas.
Joseph William.
William, yeah, that's right.
Good night, everybody. I'll see you at 0500.
We'll see you when we're seeing you.
Oh,
I'm gonna see
5:30.
you before you see me.
Nobody better wake me up at 05.
That's where I think
What's
I
the
better
next
go
step?
Where
too.
does this
though.
say that on the thing?
I don't know. Nobody knows where they're hunting tomorrow either. We never figured it out.
I think we would just place each other in stands up the ridge, and then one person would walk.
I think I'm gonna sneak right down to the river.
You dirty
Well,
dog.
I
Now
guess
you're
I'm gonna
doing
go.
that all the time.
What's in here, Bill?
That's a little bit of wine.
Oh, I don't want
Shouldn't it know? I mean, if it's satellite,
That
shouldn't
is-
it
That'll that could kill you and the ball horns.
it. Yeah, that's right.
Set automatically on.
What
That's
year
right.
did you come over here, or did Grandma come over here, Aunt Joe?
What? When?
What year? Yeah, what was
in,
that?
in the 1900s,
How'd they get here?
on a big boat.
That's
It
fine.
took him a whole month to
Oh, I
get here.
appreciate it. Thank you ever so much.
You know, Maria DuPont. Somewhere she got it on the internet,
Oh yeah, that.
and she's got that picture of the boat.
Oh really?
Yeah, she has it, Jim. She's
Why
got
did Grandma come over here, Grandma?
She came over here with her mother and dad, and she was 13 years old.
Why?
Candles.
Why didn't they just stay in Czechoslovakia where everything was good?
Because, are you kidding? There was war all the time, Bill. They had to get up. There was no way that my
Except
grandma
Honestly, don't
And I don't like
My
rum,
grandma
so it's not rum. It's
worked
just
for a professor or teacher or something in Czechoslovakia upstairs. She was, they lived upstairs in a big building. And she would look out the window, and these here, whoever they were,
Is there room for the stomach?
these young boys, they weren't even 13 years old. If they didn't do something, they would beat them. Hit 'em.
Who would beat them?
Well, whoever was training them.
Who's training them?
That, I don't know if it was a German. I don't know. That I don't know.
So it's the military.
Well, yeah, it was a military. Yeah.
Oh,
So when my grandma saw that, she says, "There's no way that I'm going to have my sons here
Right, should be.
live here
For channel.
and being
You know what? I think
being treated like that."
Right.
I see. So that's it. They left
So then
Czechoslovakia.
they took off. And the
Oh,
first
how many kids were in the
Thank you,
family?
Susie.
7.
Is that what those little?
Do you guys want some
What were their names?
Some who?
naughty cow?
Okay, the first one's name was Jim,
Chocolate milk?
Oh, naughty.
and then
I like naughty stuff.
there was Rudy,
I'm a
Rudolph,
naughty boy.
There was Joseph,
They just have to say, so set it
and
for
then there was
10:06, right?
There was
You think you want to switch
Josephine,
this
and there
up?
was
It
Louise.
should.
There was a Josephine,
Mhm.
and that's what you were named after.
After my grandma.
I never knew that.
That's good, I thought it was.
And then there was Louise, but Louise died in Czechoslovakia.
Set automatically, 'cause
She was quite young, but my mother never knew what.
So you
what
were
she
named
died
after your grandmother.
No, it says 11:06.
from. Pardon me?
You were named
There you
after
go.
your grandmother?
Alright,
Yeah.
Susie,
I never
it's
knew
fixed.
that.
Thanks, Joe.
It thought you were in Cupertino,
Well, after my
California.
dad too,
Well, a lot of people
Joseph,
think I'm there.
Oh, I
That's-
see, yeah.
because they
You know
thought
what?
they're
You
not going
were
to have any more
Don't
kids.
tell them I'm here.
Uh-huh.
You were there.
I'm on
But
the
then
lam.
Jim was born. That
Uh-huh.
was
Good night,
your
everyone.
dad was born
Yeah,
And then,
in Racine, Wisconsin.
Billy Junior.
He was born there.
Oh,
But when they came to this country, then
there's the tail,
Can you believe Katie is so?
in the
there's
1900s,
the tail, look at that, isn't that scary?
Can you believe
they came
Katie is
around
so
the
darn-
4th of
Look
July.
at,
So nice.
there's the
My,
buck.
my
Yeah,
mother
there's
Must be
and
me.
her,
Susie's influence.
and her mother and
Must be
dad,
Susie balancing her out.
and the first night that they got here,
But then
and Uncle
again,
Jim, of course, helped him because he was the oldest son. So he helped
We have
him.
severe ice deficiency.
And
here.
That's a kid from Katie and Joe.
Where did they arrive at?
in a train. They went from New York City.
Statue of Liberty, didn't they see this?
Yeah, they saw. That's right. As a matter of fact, these bicycles,
Oh, I love the bicycles.
their name is on that by the Statue of Liberty. The name is up there.
Bicycle?
Did they come over with
Bicycles.
the bohunks, the other bohunks,
Yeah,
the bicycles?
bicycles.
Dad, look what I just found.
That would be Ron's grandparents.
So the Sadamkas came with the bicycles over.
No,
No.
they came separately.
Oh.
But then when mother,
Was Grandma, what was her maiden name? Emma Shamanic, right?
no, she, yeah, shamanic. That's right. That's right, Jim. Yeah, that's what she
What was her dad's name?
Joseph.
Sadanka. Joseph, yeah.
No, if you said grandma was a shamanic, what was grandma's parents' name?
That I don't know, Bill. That I don't know.
You never heard that.
No. And that first night that they spent,
Oh, you mean an adult?
in an apartment or whatever they were in, all of a sudden they heard this shooting. And they thought, oh my gosh, we just got away from this shooting. Now it's over here in this country. So they called their oldest son. His name was Jim. They called him, what's going on? The shooting.
How'd they call
And
him?
he says,
They yelled his
Here's
name.
a good song for
yeah,
you.
they called him and he
Am
says,
I nuts or are
it's
you?
okay, it's okay.
That is a very good song.
It's a
for me.
4th of July and they got fireworks outside.
Oh boy.
Am I nuts?
They thought they were at war again.
Yeah, they thought they were at war again.
I'll be darned.
And here it was the 4th of July
That's not yet.
fireworks.
Thank you, dear.
They were relieved, believe me, they
Oh
said.
my God, what a story.
Yeah.
Hullabaloo.
What
Hullabaloo.
was the story? Grandma always said there was a kid that died on the boat or got sick or was sick and they had to go back or something.
Yeah.
What was that story, Ma?
There was a family ahead of them. They got up and lined up. And they were ahead of them.
Total
And
quiet.
No,
when they found out
don't leave me
that
alone.
mother's name was Emma.
Susan wants-
No,
Maybe
Emily.
maybe
They says there's no such a name in this country.
You.
Not here in the
Yeah.
United States. You don't call them Emily. You call them Emma.
Believe me.
Yeah, but not up north.
They didn't want the name Emily.
Why?
You know, that's true though.
It had to be
Something
Emma.
about being up north.
Up north.
That's
Huh.
true.
But when they got to this country,
But the thing is, Mark, you know what?
yeah, it was in the 1900s.
You can do without.
That I know
for a
for
weekend.
sure.
Yeah?
We can
Yeah.
do without for a weekend.
Oh, no, no, no.
And then
Well, how old was Grandma when she came over here?
13.
And what
13.
year was she born?
13 years old. She was born in 1887.
Sorry, winning.
1887.
Sorry, I couldn't
What's
resist
the
that.
math on that? 13.
I think she was 19.
I'd be begging to
No,
go. I'd
1900.
be begging to go.
1900, right on the money. She came over here in the year 1900.
Who did?
Grandma.
No, she was. Oh yeah, she was. But she was born in 1887.
Yeah, but she came over here in the year 1900.
1900. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Well, I was just checking, double
Yeah.
checking. You know.
Yeah,
I don't want any trouble, Ma. Don't turn on me.
that's all I know.
Don't turn on me, Mother.
What was that deal with I never heard about when you and Leo met until yesterday with KJ. What I just heard parts of it. What was that, Aunt Joe?
Was I
Well-
born out of wedlock?
No, Bill. Ain't terrible.
What was it? How did you and Leo meet again?
Oh, that's a pretty cool story, Aunt Joe. You should tell Jimmy. You should tell Jimmy that story. That's a really cute
I heard
story.
you tell part of it, but I missed a lot of it.
I think that's when I was born out of wedlock.
No, you were not.
Aunt Joe, tell Jimmy about the time that you met.
It was. Okay. Uncle Leo, artwork was. Well, my dad died in 1940.
How old were you then?
I was 18.
How old was my dad?
13.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really sad. It was terrible.
How old were you, Jimmy, when your dad died?
I was 19.
19.
19.
19.
No, maybe 20. I was 20.
20.
Yep.
I think your brother Michael was 18.
Yeah, he was 18.
Because I always said that's when I.
Or he was 16.
16 when his dad died.
16. Yeah.
He was the youngest.
Yeah, that's sad.
And I was 19 and a half, almost 20.
Just about 20.
Yep.
Is that tough on you?
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
So what happened then, Aunt Joe?
Yeah,
So
where
you were
were we?
living, so Leo Pizek.
Oh yeah, then when my dad died,
Whatever story that comes to mind, I think
then
they'll share those on that family.
well, my mother married when she was 18,
Uh-huh.
and she married this Leo Pizek. His dad's name was Leo Pizek too,
Yeah.
and when they got married, then
How did he die?
yeah, well he wanted to be he wanted to be a policeman, and my mother says, "No way, are you going to be a policeman? You're going to get shot right away, and then that's the end of it." That's what she told him. She told me that, and she said, you know, he turned around, instead of being a policeman, he ended up being a fireman. So he was that's some pictures that you got in your book, in your album, where they
Yeah.
pulled the fire trucks with a team of horses.
Oh, be darned.
Bill's
So he
got,
did he die in a fire then?
and he was a fireman, and he ended up being a lieutenant.
So Leo Pizek's father. Okay.
Leo's Pizek's father. But Leo Pizek's father and my dad would write to each other from Europe. They would write to each other.
Cousins?
And they're first cousins, because Leo Pizek's dad's mother was a Sadolka.
Okay.
So then and then what happened was the war, World War I, and then the flu broke out.
Oh.
And then in 3 days, Leo's dad was dead. He was a
How
big,
come so
he
quickly?
was over
Yep.
6 foot. He
How
was a
come
big
so
man.
quickly?
Pardon me?
Why'd he die so quickly? We get the flu all the time.
No, this is a real
This was
bad.
that influenza.
This was a real bad.
Killed a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
It was a
lot.
plague. It was like the plague.
Yeah, that's what
He
it
was
was.
dead in 3 days.
In 3 days he was gone.
And so it was the plague, not the fire, that got him.
Yeah,
And that was Uncle Leo Pizzick's. Then how did
his
then
dad.
And then how long after Uncle Leo Pizzick's dad died did Grandma remarry to
About
Mr.
3 years.
Oh, was she seeing him before?
No, she never seen him, but she wrote. Uncle Leo's dad would say to my mother, "Why didn't you write to Joe? Because I haven't got the time. I just get the."
Oh, so she was writing to him before her husband died.
Well, her husband told her to do it,
Oh.
and he didn't get a day off. Being as soon as he was lieutenant, he only got a day off in a month.
1 day a month.
1 day a month.
What day of month was that? A Sunday?
I don't know, but it was 1 day a month. That's all.
She wasn't born yet.
No.
And then 3 years later, Grandma married Joseph Sadamka, right?
Did she
Yeah.
marry Joseph because she had to, because she was pregnant with Jimmy?
No.
Josephine was first.
Just getting the
But
facts
anyway,
here. now.
after the
Think there's gotta be some dirty
then
business
the
somewhere.
dad would tell my mother, "Why don't you write to Joe? I haven't got the time."
So that's how she got to writing to him and liking him.
They wrote to each other sometimes, and then he would write to him. They'd
What,
write to each
did
other.
they live in different towns?
Oh yeah,
Where was Grandma living?
in Racine, Wisconsin.
So she was in Racine, and where was
Joe.
Joe Sadamka living?
He was in Europe yet. He was
No,
in
in the war?
Yes, he was in the war
In Czechoslovakia.
in Czechoslovakia.
So did he come over and got married right away, or how did that happen?
No, he didn't get married right away. You know, and then he. Well, I suppose he came to the funeral. I imagine he would.
Yeah.
Then they met each other there, but that's all there was, you know, until they got married in 19. I was born in 1922.
When they get married? Oh,
They must have got married in 1920.
you were just a year later, huh?
Yeah.
Bigger than you, or?
What are you gonna say?
That's the way it was.
It's the way it went. That's the way it shook itself out. Let me ask you this.
But then, before my mother got married, she says, "I'm not going to marry Joe Sadalka until I go to the bishop and find out if I can marry them, because they're cousins." So she went to the bishop to find out, and he says, "No, it's okay, because you're not related to them. The two men are
The
related."
bishop had to give it the blessing.
And the bishop says, "No, you can marry him."
And they did.
They did.
Okay, so what year did Emma's first husband die again? What year was that?
1918.
And then she got remarried in 1922.
Yeah, I guess it was, because she had to go out in the war.
And what year were you born?
1922.
No, wait, hold on now. Were you born the same year that your mother and dad were married? Were you conceived out of wedlock?
No.
What year were they married? There's got to be a story somewhere buried in here, Mother.
1921 they got married. She was
Oh, they
born
got
in
married in
22.
21. Oh, they married in 21?
Either 21 or 22. Yeah.
Billy's trying to find some dirt on the
I
relatives.
know he is. I know what he's doing.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What am I doing?
You're drinking your beer.
There doesn't seem to be any dirt, Mother.
No, there is no dirt.
There is no dirt. Everything's clean. Clean as a whistle.
The Sadamkas and the Pizziks were all clean living.
That was
That's
all
right.
clean living back then. Even
You're the O'Brien blood is what's causing problems.
That's right, Jim.
That's No, don't start on me, mother.
It's the
Everything
O'Brien blood
is-
that's causing
Yeah, the
problems.
O'Briens.
Don't you start on me, mother. You're
What,
as
what
much.
was it with the O'Briens? I barely remember them, Aunt Joe.
How come they were
See-
so wild? Tell us the truth
I was
now.
gonna say, ask your mother, but
She
your
Tell
doesn't
us-
remember.
Tell us the truth, mother. Why were the O'Briens so wild?
You go like this, and then
Well,
finish shorter.
they like to drink a lot.
So you can just keep going.
What else?
So this is all different to
That's it.
That was it? Did they have women and
Yeah.
Oh, and that's
Drinking.
what I know of.
If she
Gambling.
gets on her own, then she gets trained, and then she has
It
to
was
put her train
drinking.
out.
just drinking? They're drinkers.
Right.
Tom O'Brien was a drinker.
Remember
But-
Frenchie?
Frenchie, was he a drinker too?
Uncle Frank, they call him.
Frank O'Brien,
They call him
yeah.
Who was the
Frank.
worst drinker?
Oh, that Frenchie he was in the service. And as soon as he'd get a check,
Trains.
then his friends in Savage would call him and come on down. Come on down, let's celebrate. Then he would celebrate all his whole check went.
He drank it all away.
They drank it all away. And he treated everybody in the whole place.
Everybody got a drink on Frenchie.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Why'd they
story.
call him Frenchie?
I don't know.
He was Irish. That's weird, yeah.
I don't know. They just did.
His name was Frankie.
Frankie, yeah, Frank.
They called him Frenchie.
Then there was Uncle Tom.
Tom, was he a boozer?
Well, he liked his drinks too, yeah.
Wasn't he married?
Yeah, he married.
Did Frenchie marry?
No.
He's a bachelor.
And then and then there was an Uncle
Look like it over
Ed.
here.
Eddie?
Eddie.
Uncle Eddie, did he drink?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Bad?
I don't know how bad.
And then Margaret. Wasn't there a Margaret?
Margaret, Aunt Margaret, she married in
Was
O'Loughlin.
she a drinker?
So now.
I don't know Bill that much. No, she was a very good-hearted lady.
Was there any dirty business there?
She was
So if you don't have that,
your Grandma Helen,
Her sister, right?
her sister.
Was there any dirty business there, Mom?
obviously not, because like you said, you could.
How come they ended up with the farm? Who bought the farm?
Training go as long as you
Well, their mother married an O'Brien,
go as far as you
but I don't know what the mother's maiden name was. Grandma Helen Lannon. I don't know what her mother's name was.
Where was she raised? There on the farm? Helen?
Helen would be Grandma Lannon.
Was she raised there on the farm in Savage?
She was raised, yeah, well, where Carl Bond lives,
Oh,
Yeah.
right there.
The O'Brien farm.
the O'Brien
So
farm.
how come she ended up, she didn't be a big drinker
double, so you have to plan.
like her brothers?
Margaret.
I don't know.
Helen, yeah.
Did Helen have a sister?
Yeah.
Sister Margaret. Aunt
Margaret? I
O'Loughlin.
forgot that.
O'Loughlin, that's right, Jim, yeah.
So there was just the boys went bad.
But I mean, is it?
And
Yeah.
not all the boys, just some of the boys.
You know, you can play.
Yeah.
What was Tom's wife's
So
name?
that's played on now.
Okay, well, that's good.
What was her name?
Yeah, now she has.
She
to-
died before Tom, right?
Yeah, she did.
How long were they married?
Not too long, was it, Jim?
I don't know.
It
I
wasn't
wasn't
too
born.
long.
hardly.
How many children?
Not any.
None. None of them had children really, except
And
Margaret
Then he built that house on the land.
on the farm.
Yeah, on the
Then
farm.
you guys bought the house,
Okay, so now it's open.
right?
So now
Didn't
you-
Leo buy it?
So I couldn't have played on.
You
any
guys
of
had the
yours.
O'Brien farm.
No, but we didn't buy that house though. We just bought the farm.
Okay, and O'Bon bought the house.
Then it was divided
Yeah, Carl
between
Bond.
your
Yeah.
mother Jim,
Yep.
and Uncle
I can
Leo
play so
Lannon.
So
Yeah.
now you can play, you can do this.
I think Grandpa Bill probably, Grandpa
Yeah, no, you're right.
William probably. Did Grandpa buy that or?
And then
No,
until you play on your own.
I don't think so.
then
Did he?
it comes
He
off.
what?
Did Grandpa end up owning O'Brien's at some point? Or was it Leo?
It was
No, you only get one shot.
Jim's mother, Aunt Betty,
Nope.
and Leo.
Helen.
Yeah,
Yep.
So that's
yeah.
you.
It was
Now,
divided, Bill, between the
you
two
only
of
do
them.
the extra.
Yeah, they each had half, and then they split
Yeah.
it. I think they took. We got the cabin, and you got the O'Briens.
Now you play it on yourself.
That's what happened. I think
Yeah,
they cut her up.
You only get from now, unless you start a train,
So, how,
And
how
Grandma-
come Margaret didn't get some money out of the O'Brien
She
farm?
died.
She died?
So I can either do
Yeah.
like purple, which I never
So the only one left was Helen.
or I can do a 5.
Yeah.
She ended up.
No. Helen died before
And I guess
Margaret O'Loughlin.
okay.
So Helen was the only survivor to own the farm.
No, well, Tom O'Brien.
Like here or here?
I remember Tom. That's the only one, and
Yeah, he was
Margaret
around.
O'Loughlin I remember too.
He was around. Where'd Tom live?
McMillan.
In that house on the, just
Yeah.
before you turn into the driveway
Draw becomes playable.
to the farm.
Yeah,
and
but
right
when
here is the
everybody
house.
died, who lived at the old farmhouse?
They don't have a 5 or 6.
Nobody.
Nobody, but my dad, your
Yeah,
dad,
but no, you know what, wait a second.
said to Bob and Mary,
I don't
he
think
says,
that's right. I mean, I could have had this.
you, there's a real nice barn on that O'Brien's place. And he says you could have ponies there, you could have horses, whatever,
So you play right there.
and you could live in the farmhouse after the grandma died,
Yep.
Grandma O'Brien died. And Mary says, yeah, I could fix the house up, I'd be glad to.
After that,
And Bob says, no way are we gonna live there.
Oh, was that a mistake?
Yeah,
He wasn't.
Why?
I don't know.
So can everyone build their own?
Not nice enough.
you can build as many extra
I
trains as
don't
we have
know,
slots.
honey, I
Once all
just
the
have no
slots are
idea.
done, then it's over.
Okay.
You can-
Because that's a great.
Well,
That was
I
a
think-
great property there.
You
Yeah,
had a
I
bunch
think
of
what it was your dad
It's a little different than how we play.
didn't want Mary
So
to
now
move
I'm
out
doing a
east.
double, so it has to be played on.
He didn't want her to move, he wanted her to stay right
So
with
you guys
us,
are out on-
you know,
off the hook.
He's got a farm
Close
for
to the
her.
family. Yeah.
as a family, yeah.
So she should have married one of the Simons.
Yep, and when
No
you get down
way.
to your last.
That would have been a better move than.
No, they were drinkers, honey, Simons.
Yeah, but the drinkers would have been better than Bob McMillan. Mother.
I have 9.
Right now, you'll be surprised how happy they are, Bob and Mary, right now.
Yep, that's all good.
It's all good now, Bill.
9 for
As a matter of fact, Mary called me tonight. She says it's gonna be nice. Bob is here, and I got to talk to Bob, and she said we're going. I says, where are you? And she said we're in a ice cream shop, and I think Bob had bought something for Emily, but I didn't quite hear all of it. And then he talked to me for a while, and then she says
So
we're
now,
going out.
Mark 9's done.
So they're back in love now.
Yep,
Everything's good.
that is good. That's right.
That is good.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, I don't like him anymore, or I don't like him any less. Actually, I don't like him at all.
Well, you're not married to him.
That's true. That's good, Dan Joe. Good one.
Because Mary loves him.
Yep. If she loves him,
But
that's
I-
good enough for us.
That's right.
But you should have got rid of him long ago.
No,
That's
no,
not. She's not married to him either. That's
That's
not
right.
up to her.
that's right.
Yeah, but mother, I got stuck with him as a brother-in-law. You should have
Well,
never.
you don't even care to see him, so forget about it.
Yeah. There you go.
Forget about it, Bill. It's
You
no use.
wait now. Hold on here
The
now.
thing is, Bill,
No,
he
you-
did, Bill,
No, you.
Bob McMillan doesn't
You-
go hunting or fishing.
No,
or,
you. Will you? You
let
now.
them live their own house, their own place. I
No,
mean,
mother,
live their life, for
you, mother,
God's sakes.
you.
Let them live their own
Now,
life.
you've got me pinned down over here. You've pinned me down over here, mother.
No, I didn't, honey.
Yeah, you should never have allowed him in the house, mother. He's bad blood. He's bad Southern blood, Ma.
It's
Well,
all
she
good,
loves him.
Cousin Billy.
And they're together now and they're happy.
Yeah, I bet he.
All we want is everybody to be happy, happy, happy.
Yeah, but mother, he was bad blood. It's bad blood.
No, happy, happy, happy.
No, they're happy now. Really, they are.
All anybody wants is to be happy. Don't
That's
fight
right.
that.
Better to be happy than unhappy.
That's right.
Well,
That's a quote of the day, right
yeah, well,
You
you.
know what really bothers me? That there was a great big piece of paper, huge. It was really big.
Anything but a 9.
And
Ooh, that's a lot.
Grandma O'Brien,
Anybody have a 12?
I think, gave it to Dad.
Build her up.
to Leo Lannon.
Build me up.
And the paper, at that time, they would give him land.
Uh-huh.
And some way or other,
You are the
this
lead
paper got to your dad, Bill, and it was signed by Abraham Lincoln.
Yep, we had Joe Sadumka. Joe Sadumka, are you over there?
Joe Sadumka.
Joe Sadumka!
No,
Joe Sadumka,
no,
step
he
forward.
went to, he went
Joe
to bed.
Sadumka!
Joe Sadumka, step
Where is
forward.
he?
He went to bed.
He
Oh,
went
we're
to
gonna have
bed.
Aunt Joe's asking questions about some stuff.
Step forward, Joe
We gotta
Sadumka.
go get him about the Abraham Lincoln paper. Where
Step
is
forward, Joe
it?
Sadumka.
It's been just torturing.
Get Joe Sadumka to step forward.
The thing that he's got, he made a copy of it.
Where's Joe Sadumka? Step forward. Step forward, Joe
I'm
Sadumka.
gonna go find him. I'll go get him. I'm
No,
roasting
he's
him.
sleeping.
Oh, it don't matter. We gotta get this answer.
Get him out of bed. We gotta settle the Joe Sadumka. Settle the Joe Sadumka.
That's so cool. Now,
Joe
See,
Sadumka.
they're putting it on that computer.
You think so?
yeah.
Sure
Me?
they are.
Me
No.
too?
Yeah, whenever you say it'll go on there, you better be careful.
You think I should be careful? Think I'll be in trouble for life?
Poor Joe, they're gonna wake him up, he's so tired.
Get Joe Sadumka up to talk about Joe Sadumka.
Get all the lights on in this house. Bill, you're gonna have electric bill. Shut all those lights.
I can't even afford what little I got. I haven't even shot a buck, Ma. I don't even have a buck. I can't feed my family. I gotta get a buck. I got nothing right now. I almost shot a doe this morning, but it
Did
got
ya?
away. I could have shot it.
You got two
Yeah, well,
gorgeous
that's why
girls.
Susie's on her way out.
I'm looking for a buck though, Ma.
Jim.
What about Katie? You think Katie will ever get a buck?
Oh, is he, she's really interested in it.
You think she'll get one?
Yeah, she will. She's gonna do it until she gets it.
You think so?
I think so.
You think so? She's mad about it.
Yeah, she's gonna get it. She loves that, the winning Earl.
Does she?
You can tell she does, yeah.
The buckless you could.
Going back for it. Back for more of it. She's gonna. Is he getting her out? Get him up. Get Joe Sadumka up.
He's sleeping. I was trying to outcoast him, but
He won't come up.
He's sleeping. I tried to. I
Roast
shook him.
Yeah.
He
I
drank
leave
too
it go
much.
until tomorrow.
Yeah,
He's
we'll have
gone
to-
into the bottle.
You won't get an answer tonight, Aunt Joe. But
We'll start it up tomorrow.
the last one I know was him and Hemmy's rolling around in the house.
Oh,
I thought I had it. Son of a gun. I got it.
he's a hunting dog.
Hemmy was curled up on the couch.
That's fine.
I thought I had
Nobody
it
gets in
before.
trouble around here. Everything's good, Jimmy. Make everyone happy. Happy,
Well, good
happy.
night, everybody. I think I gotta hit
You
the
gotta hit
Everybody's gonna
Good night,
Mom.
Aunt Joe. Spottable ham.
Mom,
We'll
Mom,
finish it
Mom,
tomorrow.
Mom, the hunting dogs are gonna sleep in with you. Do you care?
No, I don't want no animals in my room.
But they want to come in there.
I
Mom, make everybody happy. Everybody's
Why
got to
don't you be happy and take them in your room?
be.
How do you say good night and check?
Double nuts.
Yubway nuts.
My nuts are what? What did you say? Pass
Double
me the
nuts.
nuts. Could you please pass me the nuts? Pass me the nuts, please.
How do you